Welcome guys back to another video in the channel. We're doing our match preview and predicted lineup for Arsenal's game against Manchester United. Today's a bit of a special video as we do have an opposition preview after I have finished my preview, and that's going to be on Bobby's Football News. Go subscribe to him. He does a lot of football content, not just Manchester United, so you click the link in the title while you're watching the video. It's a hyperlink, takes you straight to his channel. Subscribe and you're still watching the video. How cool is that? So let's get straight into the preview for this game against Manchester United. So Man United, a bottle job FC, as you would like to call them. Sheffield United, wow, 2-1 win. That's a mad one, isn't it? They were like top of the league and they lost to bottom of the league. That's a big shock. And to be honest, this season has been the craziest I have ever seen, in my opinion. And it's very open. It is so open. And I put it out there, anyone in the top 10 is in a title race, and I still stand by that because anyone really is, to be fair. Anyone puts a consistent run together over the next remainder of the games, they could win the league. And Manchester City look like they're doing it at the moment. They've won what, 6 out their last 5-6 games. Like they're very consistent at the moment. Manchester United, can they keep that up? I'm not too sure, but they'll be going into this game trying to look for some confidence. But Arsenal are their team going into this game with confidence. I think we've won 6 out of our last 7 games. We haven't lost since Everton in the league, which was around mid-December. So we are on a bit of a run here, and I'm very confident going into this game against Manchester United that we can pull something off. We do have a decent record against them actually, in the league, especially over the last few years. So again, the last home game we had, the reverse one, and this time last year around January, is January the 1st, Nicola Pepe and Socrates scoring in a 2-0 win against Manchester United. And most recently in the away game this season, Aubameyang scored a penalty in what was a brilliant performance, especially from the likes of Thomas Partey and Mohamed El Neni. And that was a game in which both teams sat back, sort of just pinged each other a few times, had a few chances. It was one of them really weird games, and one of them games where it was boring to watch, to be honest. But Arsenal, I could say, did a masterclass in that one and got the 3 points against Manchester United. And then after that we went on a horrible run, so it didn't matter in the end. But we are playing United again. I think this is going to be a big statement for us. Try and put ourselves on there as top 4, top 6 contenders, trying to put ourselves up there because we've won so many of our last games. Now we have a hard run coming up against the likes of Villa, Leeds, United, City, Leicester. So we have to try and get a win here against a team that are reportedly in a title race. So if we can get a win here, it will show a lot of intent from Arsenal trying to push on in the remaining embers of this season. And obviously the new signing Martin Ødegaard will be coming in, and hopefully he can make the bench and make an impact in this game, because that's what you want him to do. I don't see him starting unless Smith Rowe is really injured. I don't know, but for me, I think we can win this game. I think with Man United, Arsenal, form just goes out the window. I believe this, and I believed it since day one. Form, it's just one of them games. Form goes out the window, and it's just whoever is tactically and physically and mentally ready and better for this game. And right now we had the form going into it, but that doesn't really matter. I think Man United have a really good team. Bobby, I'm sure, will talk about it in his preview after I've done mine, but it's a very strange one, and hopefully we can win. But they've got a much better team, the likes of Pogba, Bruno, Rashford, Martial, Cavani. Even some match winners, like you could put McTominay in there, Telles, Wan-Bissaka. The defense is the only hard one, so if we can play around them, like the likes of Smith Rowe, some of those technical players, even Ødegaard, then we can have a little bit of joy there. So let's get straight into my predicted lineup for this game. Starting off in goal, Bernd Leno. I think this one's pretty obvious. Obviously Renarson, Matt Ryan aren't going to get into this team. Bernd Leno is an unborn goalkeeper. He is doing very well at the moment, so I will have to give him a lot of praise for that. And yeah, he's continuing, he's doing well, and wish him for the best, and hopefully he can keep another clean sheet after losing it against Southampton. Moving into our back 4, first of all, on the right hand side, Cedric Suarez. He did play on the left against Southampton, and I think Tierney should be back for this game, but looking at this one, Cedric, I think, should be playing. Cedric. Because the thing is, we put Bellerin in there, Rashford is just going to rip him to pieces, because Bellerin usually doesn't have good positioning, and whereas Cedric does, because he's I think he's probably a best right back in this team at the moment, second best wing back if you want to count Tierney as well. So I think for Cedric to play in this game would be very big. He's played a lot of games recently, so I think keep it up. He's been playing well on the whole, especially not the FA Cup left back performance though, that was pretty bad. But other than that, in the last few weeks he has been pretty decent, so you can't really fault him, and I think he deserves to start in this game. Left back Kieran, I think this one's pretty obvious. You know, he's had a few fitness issues over the last week or so, so hopefully that Southampton League game was just a rest for him and he'll be 100% fit now for this one, because we will definitely need him, especially in a game where it will be close at times and it will be very, you know, no team's going to be dominating one another. It will be just like trying to park the bus twice and I don't know what's going to be going on, like he did in the away game. So someone like Kieran, you can make something happen from that left hand side, will be very key for us. As a centre back pairing, I will go with Rob Holding and Pablo Mari. The main reason for this is they've been doing the best partnership. I've seen Holding Luiz, it's not worked as well. Gabriel Holding's not worked as well. Gabriel's still returning from fitness, so I don't see him playing in this game. But the only centre-back pairing that at the moment fills me with confidence is Murray Holding, because I think Murray suits Holding in the way he plays as well. In terms of they can be both ball players, but they can complement each other as well in other aspects. So I do think Murray should play, even though they say he's injured, but we have to pay 1 million to Flamengo, which is why he ain't playing. I think I'll definitely play him, give the 1 million to Flamengo, and if we win this game, he'll have bigger impacts for us moving forward, so why not? And I'm very excited to see if they can both start together. Moving into the midfield, first of all, Thomas Partey. This one is very, very obvious, because Thomas Partey, he's going to be needed. He's going to be probably our most important player in this game. The main reason is Manchester United's midfield is probably better, its level is better than ours, and Thomas Partey, he needs to put up a big immense performance like he did in the away game, because that's what killed them in that midfield, because Thomas Partey as a world-class footballer can do that and has the ability to do that. So Thomas Partey, we need him, and alongside him I'll go with Mohamed El Neni, only because they did well. They have that partnership of playing against Man United, so I'm just going to stick with what worked, and I think the tactics will be very similar to that game in terms of, you know, Arteta will sit back, let United come on. Maybe United are sitting back, Arsenal are having their go, and when Arsenal are having their go, when they are counter-attacking, Thomas Partey will be key to the transition moving forward, and then he will be the supervisor to that. And as a number 10, I will go with Emile Smith-Rowe. He's been brilliant over the last few weeks, undoubtedly. Give him the number 10 shirt. I've said this for a few weeks now. And I think as a number 10, ahead of El Neni, Partey, who are going to be moving the ball quickly in transition, hopefully anyway, I think that'll work well for Smith-Rowe, dropping in between the likes of McTominay and Fred, if that's the midfield they're going to go with. We'll look at more of a United preview when we get into Bobby's. But yeah, I think we just have to go with that midfield. I think that's the best midfield we have at the moment. Some may say Xhaka. I say no Xhaka. Let's move into the front three now. Moving into the front three now, first of all, on the right hand side, Bukayo Saka. Main man, youngster, brilliant player, Haaland Academy. Wow, Saka's been brilliant over the last few weeks. Ever since that Chelsea game, he has been absolutely superb. And the right hand side, look, that's Arteta's brilliance there. Fair enough to Arteta doing that, putting Saka on the right hand side, and he has definitely knocked Willian and Pepe out the team, limiting them to bench appearances, except from the cup obviously. But yeah, let's move on from that. Bukayo Saka has been brilliant, and he'll be integral to anything we do going forward and anything good we do in this game, and hopefully we can get the best out of him. So Bukayo Saka on the right hand side. On the left hand side, I'll go Gabriel Martinelli. Main reason for this is, in a game in which it will be very tight, and in a game in which both teams will be trying to park the bus and trying to play each other off the park, Martinelli, with his energy, with his speed, with his aggression, with his directness, will be very key to trying to break the United defense down, because they will be trying to sit back and letting us come onto them. So Martinelli trying to break it down, especially with Saka on the other side, I think could be a very good combo for something that could be very good in this game. Hopefully we can do it, and Martinelli on the left. Down the middle, Alex Lacazette, again scoring another goal. I think 6 over the last 7 now in the league. So very good for him. He just needs to keep the form going. And I'll start him in this game against United with Martinelli and Saka on either side. You know, that so he can lay the balls off, because his hold-up play is very, very good. Aubameyang misses out for me because he's not played in the last few games. He could be a bench appearance for me. I'm not sure if he will feature for this one. Martin Odegaard will also be on the bench. So if we need a bit of that, we get a bit of that. And Pepe as well. So a bit of immense coming off the bench if we do need it in terms of attacking wise, and that should be very good for us, and hopefully we get the dub in this game. But now we'll be moving on to the Manchester United opposition preview for this game, so let's hand it over to Bobby's Football News.
So we are back with another match preview. This one's for Arsenal versus Manchester United. Now, I think this is a massive game because, of course, if we win, we can stay top of the league and get a really hard game out of the way with. If we lose, then, we'll let other teams catch up on us, and that'll be catastrophic in our title race. So it's a must-win for us, but it's going to be a difficult game because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, of course, he's never beaten Arteta in his career, so that's the reason for him to step up his game and get all the players ready for the match. And same with Arteta, really, because, of course, he's never lost to Ole in his career, so he'll want to make sure he keeps that record. So, again, that's the reason for him and his players to kind of step it up as well. So it's going to be a good game. It wouldn't surprise me either way, to be honest. And again, the rivalry's always been there. Arsenal and United, it doesn't matter how bad or good the teams have been playing outside of the game, it's always been a good game itself. So, I'm quite nervous, but I'm looking forward to it. So moving on to my predicted 11 then. So goalkeeper, I've gone for David De Gea. I think that's a pretty easy choice. So moving on to the back four. So left back, I've gone for Luke Shaw. I think he's just undroppable at the minute. Ever since Telles has come in, he's been absolutely on top of his game. Making tackles, getting runs forward, running back to stop the counter-attack. He's been absolutely everywhere recently. He's probably been my man of the match for 3 out of our past 4 games. He's been absolutely outstanding. And I can't see why Ole won't pick him as well. So moving on to our centre-backs. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Lindelof is fit. I personally wouldn't pick him, but I reckon Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will. I reckon he'll go for his preferred centre-back, Harry Maguire and Lindelof. I prefer playing Eric Bailly because, of course, he gets the ball forward and he makes us look more of a threat going forward. But I think Lindelof is probably better on the defensive side of it. So, yeah, I reckon Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will go for Maguire and Lindelof. And right back, again, pretty easy choice, Wan-Bissaka. So moving on to the midfield. So as 2 holding midfielders, I reckon Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will pick McTominay and Pogba. I personally wouldn't pick McTominay because I don't think he's quite got that technical ability. And I think the reason Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually picks McTominay in games like this is due to his height. Because I think if McTominay was about 5'9", he probably won't get anywhere near the United first team. But you do need a bit of aerial strength, but he just hasn't got any technical ability. You saw against Liverpool, he can't. His first touch is terrible, and with the pressure that the Liverpool midfielders put on him, it just makes it really difficult for us to kind of get a bit of control in the game. However, I do think Solskjaer will pick him. And Pogba, well, he's just undroppable at the minute. He got that goal against Fulham that won us the game. He got that goal against Burnley that won us the game. He's just a game changer, and we cannot drop him in a game like this. And I reckon Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won't. And then in our cam position, I've gone for Bruno Fernandes again. Pretty easy choice, another match winner. And So moving on to our forwards. So I've gone for Marcus Rashford on the left. He was very good against Liverpool, but he can have his off days, but he's going to have to step up here, and hopefully he will do. Up front, I've gone for Anthony Martial. I think a lot of this depends on how we line up against Sheffield United. I'm currently recording before the game, so of course I don't know. But say if Martial starts in that game, then it could hint that Cavani might start against Arsenal. I personally would probably play Cavani because I think he just puts a lot more pressure on the defence. But I reckon knowing Solskjaer, he probably will pick Martial. And then to the right again, a reason that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could pick Dan James is because Arsenal can play with attacking fullbacks. And of course, that could lead to a really good counter-attack if we play Dan James because he's, of course, got pace, but he's got no football intelligence. So he could pick Dan James, but I don't think he will. I'm going to go for Mason Greenwood. So my overall match prediction now it's going to be an interesting one because Ole, of course, his record against Arteta isn't good, and Arteta's record against Solskjaer is very good. So that is one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is it's a much bigger game for us because we're currently trying to fight for a title, and Arsenal are currently sitting mid-table. But something you got to look at as well, from Arsenal's perspective, is if teams like Chelsea, Spurs, Everton keep dropping points, and if Arsenal keep on winning games, and if it can win this one, it's a massive step forward, then they can get themselves at least back into fighting for the top 4. You know, maybe finishing 5th or 6th at least, and then maybe next season trying to get into that top 4. So it's a massive step forward for Arsenal and their youngsters if they can win this game. But of course, it's a much bigger game for us. I think I'm going to go for a 2-1 United win. I'm going to be very optimistic, and I do reckon that now I've probably said that we'll probably go and lose, but it is what it is. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to HJ90 as well. Thank you for having me on, and that is me done. Bye.
So that is Bobby's preview for this game against Manchester United. Again, he's nervous in a way because he does think this is a difficult game, and I think he recorded this before Sheffield United beat United, so hopefully he's more nervous. Hopefully he can get the United fans riled up, because trust me, Arsenal Twitter, if we beat United, is going to be absolutely crazy. Oh god, that would be funny, wouldn't it? But yeah, I think Arsenal will win this one. I just have a good feeling about this game. Hopefully we can do the double over Manchester United. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, click the link in the title to take you to Bobby's channel and go subscribe. It is a lot of content, including the Premier League, match results and more, and Premier League predictions, because I'm taking a bit of a break from them right now, so go check his out. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.